This is the first estate, Strong's Concordance. This book contains the definition of every word in the King James Bible. Word is black. Book of Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground. And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. Jew, or Judah, means praised, son of Jacob by Leah. This frame indicates that all 12 tribes are known as Jews or Judah, maintaining their tribal names and blessings, but they're all black American. Word is Solomon, which means peace, son of David by Bathsheba and third king of Israel, author of Proverbs and Song of Songs, lost books of the Bible, great rejected texts. Then we're going to go to the first book of Adam and Eve, chapter 34, verses 4 through 7. And after their prayers, Adam began to beg God, saying, O my Lord, my God, and my Creator, you commanded the 4 elements to be gathered together, and they were gathered together by your order. Then you spread your hand and created me out of one element, that of dust of the earth. You brought me into the garden at the 3rd hour on a Friday, and informed me of it in the cave. Then, at first, I knew neither night nor day, because I had a bright nature, so that the light in which I live ever left me to know night or day. Then again, O Lord, in that 3rd hour in which you created me, you brought me to all beasts and lions and ostriches and fowls of the air and all things that move in the earth, which you had created at the 1st hour before me on the Friday. Now, Friday, right here, means 6th day of the week. So as you can see, word is 6 right here. Now, in the book of Luke, chapter 13, verse 14, and the ruler of the synagogue answered with indignation, because that Jesus had healed on the Sabbath day, and said unto the people, there are 6 days in which men ought to work. In them, therefore, come and be healed, and not on the Sabbath day. Now, we have the key right here is hex, or 6. Now, hex, as you can see from Wiktionary, means to cast a spell or curse, to bewitch. So the rulers of the synagogue basically wanted people to be under spells or cursed. That's why Jesus was healing on the Sabbath, because he knew this. Nag Hammadi, Gnostic text, going to go to secret book of John, right? Over here, we have the rulers each created 7 powers themselves. And the powers each created 6 angels until there were 365 angels. These are the names and the corresponding physiques. I want you to note right here, the 6 is Adonai and has the face of an ape. This is the 7-fold nature of the week. So the 6 has the face of an ape. That's a curse. Now, peacock, right here, means ape. Book of 2nd Chronicles, chapter 9, verse 21. Where the king's ships went to Tarshish with the servants of Huram. Every 3 years once came the ships of Tarshish bringing gold and silver, ivory, in apes and peacocks. Okay, so peacock right here translates to ape. Now we're going to go to the key right up here. This word, Tukkiy. Now, Tuk means Turkish men. Then we have down here a Barbadian musical style based on British regimental music of the colonial era, but accompanied by costume performances based on African characters. Oh, so Barbadian, which means Barbados. Now, the other part of that word, see, we go back to the key, Kiy, means burning, or a mark branded or burnt in. So they looked a certain way. It was just etched on their face. All right? Like they look like various types of animals, like humans do. So Barbadian means Barbados. Now, brings us here. In the book, John chapter 14, verse 2, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. Now, go to the key right here. You see Monet and you see Mona, right? Right here, Monet. Now, monkey, that's what it means. See? Monet, Mona, monkey. Now, the crux of Darwin's theory of evolution focuses on the elimination of inferior species gradually over time through a process called natural selection. So in other words, as you see, starts out as an ape, becomes the modern day white man. So what he's saying is the height of what a man should be. That's Darwin's theory, is a white man. Brings us here. The word is ape. Now in the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 9, verse 21, and I read that already, of the king's ships, right? But we will do it again. But the king's ships went to Tarshish with servants of Huram. Every 3 years, once came the ships of Tarshish, bringing gold and silver, ivory, apes, and peacocks. Now, this time, we're going to go to the key, Kofi, right here. Right? Kofi, right? Now, Kofi, as you see, means coffee. Now, coffee, though coffee is now a global commodity, it has a long history tied closely to food traditions around the Red Sea. The coffee beans were procured by the Yemenis from the Ethiopian highlands via coastal Somalia, intermediaries, and cultivated in Yemen. By the 16th century, the drink had reached the rest of the Middle East and North Africa, later spreading to Europe. So, in other words, it's saying all these people here that's listed, these Kofis or coffee, are the people that ended up over there in the Caribbean islands. You're going to see that, right? Because remember the African Arab slave trade? So that's what it means when it speaks of Yemen, right? We know Ethiopia, right? We know that Somalia, that's all Africa. Then you got Middle East, and so you know that area. Now, right here, just want to point out, so I'm not going to read any of this, other than 70 countries, right? 70 countries. Now, here is the book of Jubilees. We're going to go to chapter 44, verse 33. So, in the land of Canaan, 2 sons of Judah died, and Onan. And they had no children. And the children of Israel buried those who had died. And they were counted among the 70 Gentile nations. So, there are 70 nations. All right? 70 races of people, is what it's saying. Now, it says Canaan, right? In the land of Canaan. Now, Canaan, as you can see, means lowland. Down here it means merchant or trader. See, like slave traders? No. Canaan, 4th son of Ham. Now, Ham, as you can see, means hot. He is 2nd son of Noah. See, father of Canaan. Zondervan's Compact Bible Dictionary. Going to go to Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood. One of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. So you know that these are all Africans right here. Scholars say not the Negroes. The Negro is not an African. Scholar was also careful, just refer to Ham as dark races. Okay, because you got a lot of colored people, let's say, throughout the world. But Negro means black. Okay? And Negro is a race, that is Black American, the children of Israel. Ham being the 2nd son, and he's the forefather of the dark races of Africa, but not Negroes. Negroes aren't African. Now, Shem, the eldest son of Noah, and progenitor of the Semitic tribes, which would be the Jews, or Judah, all 12 tribes, Black Americans. Of course, Shem is the eldest son of Noah. So Black Americans are the oldest nation, race of people on earth. Okay, so Shem means name. Now here, directly to the key, you see Shem, which means name, and is a designation of God. Okay? So in the book, Numbers chapter 6, verse 27, and they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. That's what God is saying. He chose Black Americans, children of Israel. Brings us here. And as you can see, the word is demon. Now, in the book of 1 Kings, chapter 11, verse 1 through 4, the King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, Ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love, and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. For it came to pass, when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, as was the heart of David, his father. Okay, so other gods, the gods of the heathen. So they turned Solomon's heart away from the Most High and focused his heart on demons, demon gods. See, that's what they did. The devil. right here. Pseudepigrapha, Old Testament, Volume 1. Then, going to go to Testament of Solomon, and we're just going to read the heading right here. Solomon interrogates the demon, learns his name and his activity, and by the power of the seal ring, commands him to work on the temple. So here we go. Temple means palace. So, in other words, what Solomon did is brought all of these demons, these devils, these children of these other groups, Gentiles, over into South America, right, and the Caribbean. It's Gentiles. That's why you see them there now. And they're mainly from Africa, a lot of them, most of them. And he got them to be slaves for him over there, as well, simultaneously doing demon magic over there. He was summoning demons as well. That's why those areas over there are so heavily, cultured in demonic practices. Because Solomon had, he was exhibiting all that while he was over there. He was using his power. He had a magic ring that he had received from Archangel Michael. But anyway, those people that you see over there now are not Israelites. They've been coming over into those areas since the time of Solomon, as you can see. All right? So keep that in mind with these teachings that are, floating around on the internet stating that those people in South America and in the Caribbean are, Israelites. When no, Solomon's been bringing those people over there for a long time. And King Solomon's reign goes back thousands of years. That was way before Jesus. Jesus is over 2,000 years ago. Okay, so anyway, this has been the First Estate with another lesson, and I will see you in the next one.